This morning I got stuck at the magic window, which is really boring. I'm supposed to stand there around and say, "Step on the magic star and you can see Santa." I said that for a while, then I started saying, "Step on the magic star and you can see Cher." And people got excited. So I said, "Step on the magic star and you can see Mike Tyson." Some people in the other line, in the line to sit on Santa's lap, got excited and cut through the gate so they could stand on my magic star. Then they got angry when they looked through my magic window and saw Santa, rather than Cher or Mike Tyson. But what did they honestly expect? Is Cher so hard for money that she would agree to stand behind a two-way mirror at Macy's? The angry people must have said something to management because I was taken off the magic star and sent to Elf Island, which is really boring. Because all you do is stand around and act merry. At noon, a large group of retired people came to visit Santa and passed me on my little island. These people were profoundly retarded. They were rolling their eyes and wagging their tongues and staggering towards Santa. It was a large group of retired people, and after seeing them for 15 minutes, I could not begin to guess where the retired people ended and the regular New Yorkers began. Everyone looks retarded once you set your mind to it. This morning I worked as an exit elf, telling people in a loud voice, "This way out of Santaland." A woman was standing at one of the cash registers paying for her pictures, and while her son lay beneath her, kicking and heaving, having a tantrum. The woman said, "Riley, if you don't start behaving yourself, Santa's not going to bring you any of the toys you asked for." The child said, "He is going to bring me toys, liar. He already told me." The woman grabbed my arm and said, "You there, elf. Tell Riley here if he doesn't start behaving immediately, that Santa's going to change his mind and bring him coal for Christmas." I said that Santa changed his policy, never longer traffics in coal. Instead, if you're bad, he comes to your house and steals things. I told Riley that if he doesn't behave himself, Santa was going to take away his TV and all his electrical appliances and leave him in the dark. All your appliances, Riley, including the refrigerator. Your food is going to spoil and smell bad. It is going to be so cold and dark where you are. You're going to wish you never even heard the name Santa. The woman got a worried look on her face and said, "All right, that's enough." I said, "He's going to take your car and your furniture and all your towels and blankets and leave you with nothing." The woman said, "No, that's enough, really." Two New Jersey families came to see Santa today. Two loud, ugly husbands with two wives and 4 children between them. The children gathered around Santa and he had their pictures taken. When Santa asked a 10-year-old boy what he wanted for Christmas, his father shouted, "A woman, get him a woman, Santa." These men were very loud and irritating, constantly laughing and jostling one another. The 2 women sat on Santa's lap and had their pictures taken, and each asked Santa for a KitchenAid brand dishwasher and a decent winter coat. Then the husband sat on Santa's lap, and when asked what he wanted for Christmas, one of the men yelled, "I want a bra with big jugs." The man's small-breasted wife crossed her arms over her chest, looked at the floor, and gritted her teeth. The man's son tried to laugh. "Hi." "Hello. How you doing tonight?" "What are you up to tonight?" "What are you drinking?" "I think I'll have whatever you're having. I could use a change." My roommate Rusty gave me these lines. I don't have any idea what to say to people in clubs or bars. I freeze up and wither away. But Rusty tells me these lines work. "Hi there. I was standing across the room, and I couldn't help but notice that your glass is empty. Can I buy you a drink?" "I think I'll have whatever you're having." This evening, I was a maze elf. Nothing is more boring than being a maze elf. Other maze elves address children and ask, "What do you want for Christmas?" But really, why should a child tell an elf? Santa is who they come to see, and it seems pathetic for an elf to try to outshine Santa. After children have passed the dancing penguins, they don't care if they ever see another pink elf as long as they live. The maze is overpopulated with elves. This evening I was stationed in the maze near the candy canes. Children would pass bored and I'd say, "How you doing tonight?" "What are you up to this evening?" "Good." "I'll have whatever you're having." "Terrific." I've met elves from all walks of life. The recession has hit New York very hard, but most of the elves are show business people. But several of them have had real jobs at advertising agencies and brokerage firms. Bless their hearts. These people, never in their wildest dreams, figured there was a velvet costume waiting in their future. They're the really bitter elves. Most of the elves are young, high school and college students. They're young and they're cute, and one of the job perks is that I get to see these people in their underpants. The overall cutest elf is a fellow from Queens named Richie. His elf name is Snowball, and he tends to ham it up with the children, sometimes tumbling down the path to Santa's house. I generally gag when elves get that cute, but Snowball is hands down adorable. You want to put him in your pocket. Yesterday, Snowball and I worked as Santa elves, and I got excited when he started saying things like, "I'd follow you to Santa's house any day, Crumpet." It made me dizzy, this flirtation. By mid-afternoon, I was running into the walls. By late afternoon, Snowball had cooled down. By the end of our shifts, we were in the bathroom changing our clothes, and all of a sudden we were surrounded by 5 Santas and 3 other elves. All of them were guys that Snowball had been flirting with. Snowball just leads elves on. Elves and Santas. Later on, we were in the elevator, and I heard him say to his friend, "I don't know what these guys all want with me. It gives me the creeps the way they stare." Snowball is playing a dangerous game. It's one thing to get a child fired up, but you really don't want to be working under a jilted Santa. Out of all the Santas, 2 are black, and both are so light-skinned that with the beard and makeup, you never know they weren't white. Yesterday, a black woman got upset after having requested a Santa of color. She was sent to Will. "He's not black," the woman said. We assured the woman that yes, he was black. But the woman said, "Well, he isn't black enough." Will is a difficult Santa, moody and unpredictable. He spends a lot of time staring off into space. When a boss tells Will that we need to speed things up, Will gets defensive and says, "Listen, I'm playing a role here, do you understand? A dramatic role that takes a great deal of preparation." I was a pointer elf this afternoon when a woman approached me and whispered, "We look like a traditional Santa?" I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. I sent her to Will. Last Saturday, Snowball was the pointer, and the woman said, "Last year we had a chocolate Santa. Make sure it doesn't happen again." Snowball sent her to Will. I spent time at the magic window with an elf named Rita, a dancer who was in the process of making a video with her all-girl singing group. We talked about one thing and another, and she told me that she's appeared in a few soap operas. I asked if she's done One Life to Live, and she said yes. She had a bit part as a flamenco dancer 2 years ago when Cord and Tina remarried and had their honeymoon in Madrid. And suddenly, I remember Rita, perfectly. I remember recording Tina's honeymoon like it was yesterday. Rita wore a red lacy flamenco dress and stomped around the shiny nightclub floor while Spain's greatest bullfighter challenged Cord to a duel. Rita said to Cord, "Don't do it, Senora. You'll be a fool to fight with Spain's greatest bullfighter." Rita told me that Cord and Tina's honeymoon was filmed right here in New York, which surprised me. I really thought they went to Spain. Rita told me that she performed her flamenco dance in the morning, and then when they broke up for lunch, she was in the One Life to Live cafeteria, and Tina waved her over to her table. Rita had lunch with Tina. She said Tina was very sweet, but all she talked about was her love for Smokey Robinson. Tina fell in love with Smokey Robinson in real life. She drove a wedge between Smokey and his wife and left the show so she could go to Los Angeles and be with Smokey. I read that in the Soap Opera Digest, and it was thrilling to hear from someone who knows the whole story. Later, I was working at the cash register, and Stephanie, one of the managers, told me that her friend Carol was the person responsible for casting in One Life to Live, replacing the old Tina with the new Tina. I told Stephanie that I liked the new Tina, and she said, "I'll tell my friend Carol. She'll be happy to hear it." And Michael, one of the other managers, got involved and told me he's been on One Life to Live 7 times. He's played Clint Buchanan's lawyer 5 years ago when half the Buchanan family was on trial for the murder of Mitch Lawrence. Michael knows Victoria Buchanan personally and says she's just as sweet and caring in real life as she is on the show. He said that Clint tends to keep to himself and that Belle was a lot of fun. I can't believe I'm hearing these things. I know people who know Tina, Clint, Cord, and Vicky. I'm homing in. I'm getting closer. I can feel it. Today, a child told Santa that he wants his dead father back in a complete set of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Everyone loves those turtles. A child came to Santa this morning, and his mother said, "All right, Jason, all right, tell Santa what you want. Tell him what you want." Jason said, "I want Procter and Gamble to stop animal testing." The mother said, "Procter, Jason. That's Procter and Gamble. And what do they do to animals? Do they torture animals, Jason? Is that what they do?" Jason said yes. He was maybe 6 years old. Tonight, a man proposed to his girlfriend in Santa house number 5. So Santa asked what he wanted for Christmas, and he pulled a ring out of his pocket and said that he wanted this woman to be his wife. The photo elf got choked up and started crying. I got a new haircut, and a few people complimented me, but it didn't register. I spent all day lying to people and saying, "You look so pretty, and Santa can't wait to visit you. You're all he talks about. It's not Christmas without you." You're Santa's favorite person in the entire state-to-state area. Sometimes I lay it on really thick. Aren't you the Princess of Rongovia? Santa said that a beautiful princess was coming to visit him. He said that she would be wearing a red dress and she was very pretty, but not stuck up or two-faced. That's you, isn't it? I laid on the parent's mouth the words, "Thank you" and "Good job." To one child I said, "You're a model, aren't you?" The girl was maybe 6 years old, and she said, "Yes, I model, but I also act. I just got a second callback for a Fisher-Price commercial." The girl's mother said, "You might recognize Caitlin from my first Sony campaign. She's pictured in the box." I said, "Yes, of course."